Hello everyone, welcome to my jungle story. I'm Jacqueline and today I'm going to be sharing 12 plants that I have been obsessed with this last month. I've brought them all over and it's kind of stuck out a bit that a lot of them are very small plants, but the growth that I've had from them the last month has just been so rewarding. And actually two plants are plants that I'm not going to be able to bring over, but I will insert footage of them just because the one would become an absolute tangled mess if I took it down, and the other one is just so big I don't think I would be able to get it in frame, and is also unfurling a leaf that I don't want to disturb. It's the first decent leaf in quite a while, so she has been the apple of my eye. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, I've not done these in any order whatsoever. I've just brought them all over. It would be way too hard to rate them. I have like a really hard time picking favorites with my plants, so I'm just gonna go through them and I'll start with this one. It's the closest one. So this one is actually really exciting because I thought that I was going to have to throw this plant away or propagate it, or I don't know, but I've just not had the best of luck with the Philodendron pink princess. She has just been a hard one for me. I've had her for over a year. I think it's over a year now. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, she's just basically been the exact same size that entire time. I had her on a moss pole. She did absolutely nothing. I put her in a pot that was way too big. I then took her out of that. I had her in a normal soil mix for a while. She just didn't do anything. Leaves were getting stuck. It was just really annoying. And then recently, actually probably around about the end of August, I put her into stratum. I've been experimenting with stratum and rehabbing plants in stratum and kind of using it as my last resort, except for with my Alocasia corms. I propagate all of them in stratum. I've just had the best of luck. So I figured I might as well try with some of my more difficult plants to kind of bring them back to life. And it has worked. I've done it with almost every single plant that I've done that with. It has worked and they have bounced back and started growing really well. So this one just recently gave me this beautiful leaf. It's got beautiful like marbly variegation. I do prefer the philodendron that they're not like super pink. I like the marble variegation because the pink does eventually just end up browning and it's just very irritating. So I didn't want that. So I was very happy that I got this one because I did just order on a website. I didn't specifically choose this one. But the one irritating thing about the pink princess is that the leaves do get stuck. So I do have to help the leaves out. But I'm very happy. This is the first leaf that she gave me in stratum. And I can also see on the outside, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell with the lighting, but yes, she is finally working on her root system, whereas before she hardly grew any roots. It was just the most irritating thing ever. And yeah, she's doing very well. So I have been watching her this month, and she's also getting ready to give me a new leaf there, which looks like I'm going to have to help. But I have found, I've put it in my cabinet as well, and spraying her every now and then does help the leaves because sometimes you have to get in there with like an earbud, like a wet earbud. You can get in there, kind of like manipulate it out, but I don't like doing that. But it looks like, I don't know. I'm going to have to spray her again because it has been a while. But yes, been loving her. I've had this plant. I unboxed this plant on here, so I will link that video. But this is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts. And it can get, I'll pop some pictures on screen, but it can get these, the Queen of Hearts is just stunning. And when I got her, I think she had more leaves. She had like 3 leaves or something like that. And I think the leaf that she came with was also bigger than this one. But I potted her up in a mix that was far too dense. I didn't have the mix that I like to use for anthuriums, which is the anthurium and orchid mix from Soul Ninja. I didn't have that on hand. So, and she really needed to come out of that pot. So I made my own mix, but it was far too dense and she got root rot. So I had to kind of not completely start over. There was still quite a lot of roots that I could save. But yeah, I caught it just in time and I had to save her. I have another little piece actually because there were two. It was branching out. I think it was doing that because it was stressed. But that one is propagating also in stratum. It's only been a week since I've done that, so it's not done anything yet, but it's not rotted or anything, so that's positive. But it's giving me a new leaf, which is so exciting. Oh, I cannot wait. Yeah, and also something really exciting is, can you see that like a big, where is it? Here it is. There's like a big juicy root here, which is so positive. And she has not been in this pot for that long, so the fact that I can see a nice big juicy root there is so incredibly rewarding. And this is actually one of my most expensive plants that I have in my collection. And actually, funny enough, I went onto their website a couple of days ago to look at the anthuriums because I really want a crystallinum. And they had this one and it was marked for half the price that I paid for it. So this was 100 euros. I did get a percentage off. I think I only paid 70 for it or something like that. But now this one is marked for 49 euros. So it has gone down in price since I bought it. And that was the beginning of this year that I bought this plant. So it has gone down in price. So if you want to snag that one, I'll link the website down below that I ordered it from. Not sponsored or anything, but yeah. Really good quality plants and really nice anthuriums on that website. So yes, I've been loving this one. It's so exciting that she's finally doing something. And she's also living in my greenhouse cabinet. Next up, to no surprise, there is of course Hoya on this list. I just have to. But these are actually two very, do I have two Hoyas on my list? Yeah, I do, two. Let's just double checking. I wrote everything down because otherwise I get so excited that I end up forgetting. So yes, these are two very new Hoyas actually in my collection. So this is the Hoya callistophylla. And she is stunning. And yeah, when I got her, she was just these leaves. But now she's giving me new growth there. It's giving me two new leaves there. She was actually here going to give me a new leaf and it died off. And I think that was my own fault due to watering because we had a week of really hot weather and then it dropped in temperature very quickly. And yeah, I missed that week of watering, just like my schedule was off. So, and she's really dusty again. And there's a dead thrip on there. Yeah, I recently had to treat my entire collection for thrips. So I'm finding dead thrips everywhere because when they bite into the plants after being treated, they die. So anyway, yes, I'm very excited about that growth. That's the first growth that she's given me. And it's also probably like, I think she was around about here when I got her. Yeah. And also really exciting. See, this is why I love this soil mix for Hoyas. This plant, yeah, I repotted her with you guys. I'll link that video so you can see the root system that she had because she wasn't a death plug. She was in a hard cork death plug. I had to rip it all off and she hardly had any roots. So I was a little bit stressed about putting her in this quite big pot for the root system that she had. This is a 9 centimeter, but there's roots everywhere. Can you see all those roots on the outside? Wow, I need to film in the morning more often. Like the lighting is so much better. Yeah, amazing, absolutely amazing. This is why I love this mix. I've said it before, I just love it. And actually, I can see something happening over there at the bottom. I can see that there might be something happening there. But yes, I've been loving this plant. I'm so excited. This was a wish list Hoya for a very long time. So I'm very excited. She's been a bit on the slow side, but you know, it's fine. I'm going to make my way around. Yeah, I'm going to do that so I don't miss any plants. This plant. This is also, actually there's quite a lot of plants here that are, there's quite a few that are new. No, yeah, So this is the Alocasia watsoniana, and this plant was from my plant haul fail. However, she was not a fail. She was the only plant out of the 3 that I got that was in perfect condition, which, I mean, it was really disappointing that the one was like, it was complete polar opposites. One was amazing, which was this one, and the other one was just an absolute fail. But she's just given me this huge leaf. I can't, there's no words. There's no words for this plant. She's also giving me another leaf here in the middle. Yeah, there's actually 2 plants in here. And also in stratum. So, oh, I really need to clean that. But yes, the root system, you can't see a lot happening on the outside. Like that right there, that is a new root. But all the other roots were the roots that she had before. But I can actually see a little corm. Oh, wow, there's 2 little corms that are popping out there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But yeah, the one is even making a leaf. Wow. I need to give her a little bit of a wash. The only thing with this watsoniana is that because of the texture of the leaves, it's sort of like velvety. It does get dusty very, very quickly. So I do have to be on top of cleaning her because I don't want her to get pests. I treated her straight away when I saw thrips on the other plant. And yeah, she's handled that very, very well. There is a little bit of browning on this leaf here, but that's the one. Yeah, that's actually the oldest leaf, which is fine. I'm not really worried about that because that new leaf in the middle there that she's going to give me on, yeah, because there's 2 in here. That's this one here, and this one is from another one. That one, is it? Wow, it's very confusing when you have like 2 in one pot. But anyway, this leaf, I just can't. She's very, very soft. She might inflate a little bit. But I mean, this plant has just been the apple of my eye. Absolute stunner. And I just like, can you see that like veining? Just look at that. It's so beautiful. And the back of the leaves as well are so cool. It's like a dark, dark purple. Oh, it's just, I got this plant at like the perfect time because it like suits the autumn vibes and everything. So yeah, this has been one of my favorite plants. I think if I did have to rate them, this one would, yeah, definitely. This one would be number 1. She's just so incredibly stunning. So stunning. This is a plant that I've also had for a while, and this was tiny when I got it. Also, I filmed the repot of this one when it was a baby, so I'll be linking a lot of videos down below so you can see how small they were. So this is the Ledebouria Socialis. I think that's the right way of saying it. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I'll put all the names on screen so you know what they are. But this one was so tiny when I got it, and it is so big and full now. And all of that like new growth, this plant does not stop. It does not stop growing. She lives on the north facing window, and she actually lived, oh wow. Yeah, that's roots there. I might need to repot her before winter. I don't know. That's like quite, wow. Yes, what was I saying? She was actually lived in, not outside, but in like the back room, which does have like outdoor temperatures. It is like sheltered from the wind or the sun and all that, but it does get a lot of bright, indirect light. Sorry, there's no like direct sun on this plant. But yes, she lived out there for a while and she did really, really well because inside she was just looking very sparse at the beginning of spring. And I really wanted to fill out, like the ones that I see online are still a lot fuller than this. But since I've done that, put her in the back room, and now I've brought her in for the colder season, and she lives, yeah, in front of the north facing window. So she does get a lot of light and morning sun as well. She's just been thriving and doing amazing. And I think This little plant was only like 4 years or something, and she's become one of my favorite plants. It just goes to show people, you don't need to buy rare, expensive plants. You don't, okay? Sometimes just the cheapest, most simple, easiest plant will do it for you. And this is definitely one of them. This is one that I would 100% recommend to a beginner plant parent. So incredibly easy, so forgiving. The amount of times I've forgotten to water this plant, and forgetting to water plants is definitely a thing with me because I'm also a mother of 2 and I have serious mom brain. I do. I don't know if this is relevant, but I am really starting to think that it is. But I've experienced 2 cases of meningitis, and I don't know, I've just lately been thinking about it a lot, and it's definitely something that I think does have an effect on like my memory and just the way that my brain works. But yeah, I forget a lot. There are so many times where I forget to water plants, and a lot of the times what happens then is I'm scared to like forget plants, so I'll give them too much water. That also happens a lot. But this one is so forgiving. I just water her in this pot. I don't even take her out, so she sometimes even sits in water for a while. But as you can see, the roots there, she's obviously very happy with that. She's definitely a thirsty one. She's in a very chunky mix. I think she would probably appreciate a more dense mix, but for me it just works because I give her a little bit more water than usual, but because it's so chunky, it's fun, and she's obviously very, very happy with it. So would highly recommend this plant. Absolute stunner. I love her. It just, the leaves are so, I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. And the back of the leaves are also like purpley. Yeah, also one that kind of fits the autumn vibes. Oh, and so does the next one, actually. I don't even realize. I'm like drawn to the darker plants. This is the Epiccia cupreata. I don't know which kind it is specifically because I know there's so many different varieties. But this one actually kind of looks a little bit weird at the moment because my daughter 2 days ago, she lives on this cabinet that I have underneath my TV. Yeah, my daughter can reach plants on there now, and she pulled at this one, and funny enough, there is no damage whatsoever. But this plant also has a couple of little corners missing because, like I said, she can reach the plants now, and she's been pinching at them. Luckily, I've caught it in time every single time. I need to move this plant, or maybe give it like a little pedestal so she just can't get to it, because it's the plant. Like, she doesn't go for the pots or anything, but it's the plant that's just, yeah, she grabs at it. But this plant has just been catching my eye the last month. She's just such a beautiful one. I mean, those leaves, like I don't think the camera is really going to pick up like the pinkiness, but at the moment it's like a dark pink. She's also, where she's living, she's been getting evening sun, like direct evening sun. Now, obviously with the season changing, the way the sun comes around now, the sun actually hits inside, hits like half of my cabinets and then her. So I think that's why she's been giving me a little bit more darker pink. But she's recently actually stopped blooming. But she bloomed for most of this year. And I really need to propagate her because, as you can see, she's doing these like runner things. This like makes a new plant. If you cut, you can stick that back into the ground and you've got new plants. That's what I did with this one. This was just one like stem and I propagated it. I think I have 4 pieces in here. No, 5. I have 5 pieces in here now. But yeah, I can propagate her again. I can just, if you see here, I can just cut right here. I let that callus a little bit because the stems are getting quite thick, and then I just stick it back into the pot, and it does fine. And as for the root system, I don't really think you're going to be able to see anything because this has a very, very fine root system. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but it's a very, very fine root system. But also one that I repotted on here. She was tiny. Absolutely tiny. But yes, I'm going to have to not repot her. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put her in a bigger pot than she's actually in. But definitely going to have to propagate her. But yes, I've been loving her. She lives, like I said, right underneath my TV. So it's also one that I look at quite often. But it's just, oh, I just can't just look at that. It's so pretty. And the leaves are also so fuzzy and soft. Very, very rewarding plant to grow. Also one that I would actually recommend to beginner plant parents. Maybe I should make a video for plants that I recommend if you're like beginning to get into plants. So next up, also a new addition. Oh wow. The same situation as the callistophylla. So this is the Hoya sarawak cream. I think I've had her for, is it 2 months or 3 months? I'm not sure. But yeah, she was also in a death plug and also lost a lot of roots. I'm actually going to take her out of the pot so I can show you. Just look at this. Like, look at all those roots. Wait. It's just, this mix is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I don't think Soul Ninja ships to like America, because I've noticed that most of my viewers that you're from America, so it's kind of annoying that I can't like that they don't, but I don't know. I think at one point they will, because I mean their mixes is so good. They have saved so many plants. I have syngoniums that were on the brink of death, and their syngonium mix saved those plants. So yeah, I really recommend that company. Really good mixes. But the reason why this one's been catching my eye this month is because of all the new growth. So yes, she also took a hit. I think this leaf as well it's very thin and flimsy. I actually need to, do I need to water her again? No, I think she's fine. Yeah, no, she's fine. But she's been giving me so much new growth there. Like, look at that. So I have a new leaf there. There's another one there. Yeah, this is actually a whole new growth point. And this, like this leaf here, this one, this is going to die off. But as you can see, there's like a new leaf there, a new growth point. This point here, there's like a piece here, that's dead. I need to cut that off actually. But I'm kind of waiting so I can like tug it out myself so I don't make like a fresh cut or anything, but it doesn't matter. It's behind the leaf, you can't see it. And at the top here, it's also started giving me new growth there. That top point actually died off, and then all of a sudden it started pushing this little baby leaf out. Because with Hoyas, if you didn't know this, which I feel like a lot of people who follow my channel know a lot about Hoya, but they can just like tendril but make leaves at the nodes at any random point. I have that with a lot of my Hoyas actually, that they make a really long tendril, they'll make a leaf on the end of it, and then all of a sudden a couple of weeks later there'll be like leaves appearing up and down the vine. Very weird, but really cool to watch actually. It's very interesting. It's also nice to like see, oh, it's tendriling, but you never know what might happen, so don't cut those tendrils off. But yes, that's why this one has just been catching my eye. I cannot wait to see like the size of these leaves, because obviously when I got it, you can see like the leaf has gone down in size. Like these were all the original leaves. But if you can see where it came from, that's like a big leaf. And this one does feel very flimsy. And it also, yeah, if I do like the taco test on this one, it's very wrinkly. I think this one might die off, because this one doesn't. This one doesn't. So yeah, that leaf might die off, which is sad because it's a very beautiful leaf. But yes, been loving this plant. Okay, I'll leave the ones that I can't bring over until last, just because I'll just insert some footage from them. But this is actually a cutting. So this is the Philodendron glorious. And it is thanks to you guys and thanks to YouTube that I have this plant in my collection, because when I did my Philodendron collection video, I thought that I had a glorious and a splendid, but I didn't. I had two splendids. And I bought that glorious plant, the baby. I bought that from, well, you guys know I put it in the video, so there's no point, but I bought that from plants.com, which here in Europe, and I think probably also in England, is quite well known. So I don't know, I should have sent them a message. I think I should have probably done that, but I didn't do that. I don't know. And if you look at the babies on their website, I do think that's a splendid. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, I'm not like going to badmouth them or anything because I order from them a lot and most of my plants are from them. So, but I think there might have just been like a mistake there. But thank you to everyone who commented on that video, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have never gotten an actual glorious. This one is very, very obvious. And I also saw the mother plant. I bought this on a secondhand website. She actually specially took this cutting for me because she had one listed on the website, but it wasn't in stock anymore. And I messaged her and she said, I'm more than happy to take a cutting, which was really, really nice of her. And she has really nice plants as well. And I bought my Hoya Wilbur Graves actually also from her. Yeah, but this is the cutting now. Like, are you serious? I don't want to drip water everywhere. Yeah, she gave me 2 nodes, which was very nice. And it's a top cut. So I'm very, very happy with that. And it is very obvious, glorious. It does have like a little bit of damage there from spider mites, but I was able to catch it just in time. And she's giving me a leaf, which looks like it's going to be a nice size. So as soon as that's popped and maybe unfilled, then I will put her on a moss pole because I don't want to mess with her now. But that root system is amazing. I am so, so happy with that. And I've not had this for very long. So yes, I've been watching her like a hawk. She lives in my IKEA cabinet, like right at the front, at the bottom. So yeah, I've been eyeing her up and keeping my eye on it as well because of the spider mites that I had in my cabinets. I'm very, very happy that it's only the small amount of damage that I've had on her. But yeah, like I said, I've been watching her like a hawk. And she also lives just underneath my fry deck. And she had a bad case of spider mites. So yeah, I've also, the EFN on the Glorious, I've been told time and time again that it can be quite bad on the Glorious. So I've been cleaning her leaves a lot as well. And I've actually not noticed it that much on this plant. But you know, she's only a cutting. She's very, very small. But the root system is very impressive on that one. Next up is another Anthurium. This is also one that I've had in my collection for quite a while. I bought her as a teeny tiny little plant. And it was before I started YouTube. But yeah, she was so tiny and she had a bad case of thrips. I sneezed. Oh. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, she had a really, really bad case of thrips, like really bad when I got her. And she had the teeny tiniest leaves. I don't think I have any pictures of it actually because that was before I was on YouTube, I think. Yeah, I think this was like December, November, maybe last year that I got her. But yeah, she took a long time to come back from thrips. And then I repotted her. There's a lot of like algae on the outside, but she's been in this cup for a very, very long time. I don't think you're really going to be able to see it. She's also in a very, very dense mix. This was before I discovered the Anthurium mix from Soul Ninja. But yes, it's a very dense mix. I actually added a little bit of bark to the top. But she has a really good root system. I only really have to water her every 3 weeks because of the dense mix, because I don't want to rot her or anything. But she will probably need to come out of there soon. But this is the latest leaf that she's given me. It's just so stunning. I love the Magnificum. And it sizes up so nicely. Like, I had a leaf that was this small, and the next leaf that she gave me was this one already. Like, if you want an Anthurium that sizes up quickly, the Magnificum, definitely. And it's also such an easy plant. It's not, what is that? There's something crawling on there. I think that's a spider mite. Can you? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Can you see it crawling on there? Yeah, definitely a spider mite. Oh, and it's on a new leaf, which means if this inflates anymore. She's never had spider mites before. I have treated, if I found pests in my cabinet, I will treat all the plants in the cabinet just to be sure. That was definitely a big juicy spider mite. That might just be like the beginning of it. I don't know, that looks spider mitey to me. Just those bites in the leaf. Oh, that's another bug. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So I'm gonna have to treat this plant. Oh no. I feel like this is like a... There's another one there. Yeah. Definitely gonna have to treat her. Wait a minute. Didn't I recently treat? I feel like every single time I do like a sit down video, I always find pests. And I'm thorough. Like I am thorough when I check my plants. But I feel like I need to do like a deep, deep clean of my cabinet. Like a really deep clean. And I've never had spider mites on an Anthurium. I just find that Anthuriums are a little bit like hardier to that. But I have recently I haven't had fertilizer. I've like run out of fertilizer, and I think I haven't fertilized in like 2-3 weeks. So I need to be careful here. Oh, that's annoying. That is very annoying. But I think I caught that in time because I don't see a lot of damage on that leaf, but that is very annoying. Oh, I'm just like over the pest, but obviously in your cabinet, it's warmer in there. Humidity is higher, so it's like a perfect home for pests. Yeah, I feel like I need to do a real deep clean of my cabinet. I've been treating in there like over and over again. Oh, it's the only thing when you have like a lot of plants. And lately I have, my cabinet is pretty full at the moment. This is probably the fullest that it's ever been. And that is also not actually really a good thing to put plants on, like on top of each other. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some thorough looking because she's also standing next to my Anthurium luxurians. And that is not one that I want to have spider mites. Yeah, the pests. What are you going to do about it? I have actually been thinking about doing beneficial mites in my cabinets to like test it out and to see, you know, how I do with it because I don't have any experience with it. But that means this one was also standing next to it. I don't see anything on her. Oh, and so is this one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice big juicy spider mite. You little bugger. Yeah, it was like nestled in the crown there. I don't think so. I don't see any damage on this one. So I think it's fresh. It's so annoying. Spider mites have just been so damn irritating. Yeah, because they've been so vicious this year that I think beneficial mites to like as a preventative in my cabinets. Because I have a lot of like my baby plants, my favorite plants in my cabinet. So I need to, oh, and I just put my 3 brand new Hoyas in there as well. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. It's just never ending. We're like the beginning of, I know that when I post this video, it'll be in the first week of October. But I mean, come on. I've just had enough of the spider mites. It's been bad this year. It's been really bad. But I have a big collection and I have been buying a lot of plants this year. So I'm not making matters any better. But yeah, need to do some work in there. But the last 2. So my next plant is my string of hearts. And I recently did a big repot and kind of given that plant some serious TLC. Yeah. So I'm not going to be able to take her down, but the growth on that plant this last month has just been amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's been a bit of a mission to like detangle her and keep an eye on it and keep her detangled, but it has been worth it because she looks so nice and full now. It's just the growth is amazing, and also the cuttings, I'll show you them as well. They're like over there. You can actually probably see like a little bit of it. But yes, the cuttings of that plant, wow, they have also just been exploding. Not actually a lot of root growth growing, but a lot of like growth going on. It's just been mind-blowing. She's not been flowering as much. She's obviously putting all of her energy into the new growth, but the new growth is just so stunning. And yeah, she's just been doing amazingly since that repot. So if you have a string of hearts that you're avoiding, and because you don't want to handle with the detangling, watch that video while you do it, because you're not alone, okay? It was stressful, it was irritating, but it was so worth it, especially now when I see the growth and how happy she is. It's just, yeah, she's been a real eye catcher lately. She's just been so incredibly stunning. So very, very happy with that plant. Last up, actually not my plant. This is... I'm going to make a video on this because Mitch and I did not have a discussion, but there's definitely a lot happened in the collection where plants have been separated, where he has his plants, his shelf, his cabinet, his area of the house that are all his plants. But I'm going to make a video around that. But yes, this is technically Mitch's plant. So this is the Anthurium crystallinum hybrid. I don't know what it's hybridized with. It just said crystallinum hybrid when I bought it. But it was a little bit of a rescue plant. It was looking very, very sad. It was also on sale, so that's probably why. It was looking very, very sad when we got it. But I recently repotted it, put it into a bigger pot. It's also in one of the bigger pots that we have. And she is just looking so good. She is unfurling a new leaf. She had a case of thrips last month. And since that treatment, she's given us an inflow and also a new leaf. We weren't sure if we were going to cut the inflow off. Mitch has just left it and I'm just going to let him do its thing. But the new leaf just looks so incredibly stunning. Just like the redness when they come out. Oh, it's just beautiful. And it's also in a spot where we pass by a lot, so that's also why she's been an eye catcher. But yeah, she also has her own grow light, so it just, yeah, she has her own spotlight. She just looks so incredibly good and so incredibly stunning. And I'm actually going to show you a plant that's, okay, it's starting to become like afternoon, so the sun is like starting to come out, so it's getting brighter in this front room. But yes, I'm going to show you a plant that I bought at the exact same time. It was the exact same size. And it just goes to show that it's not always the species or like the type of plant that you get. Sometimes it is just the plant itself. These two look completely different. The only thing that we did different with Mitch's one is we upsized it a lot quicker. And the other one is still in the first pot that I potted up. It's actually on sale at the moment. So if you live in Belgium and you're interested in it, let me know, like send me a message on Instagram or something. But yeah, we're going to sell that one just because we already have a really nice big one. So that one can go. It's also given us a new leaf recently. Doesn't look amazing because it also had thrips, but it's been treated and it's doing really well and it's got an amazing root system. But yes, it just goes to show that it's not always the type of plant. It can just be the plant itself. But yes, that one has been such an eye catcher. It is such a beautiful one. And it's going to be staying in that pot. I think I took up almost a whole bag of that Anthurium mix. But yeah, it's just so incredibly happy. And such a beautiful plant to grow. Such a beautiful. So I also have actually recently purchased a regular crystallinum, like a pure crystallinum. I'm going to see how that one does. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see. You know, we have no idea what that one is hybridized with. I'm kind of interested to see how both of them grow. That one, the leaves definitely come out a lot redder than the regular crystallinum. So I don't know what that one would be hybridized with, but it's kind of not, I don't know, it's kind of interesting that it's kind of a mystery. I'll never know, but yeah. Hi guys, Editing Jacqueline coming at you. I completely forgot about a plant. I cannot believe that I forgot about this one. It's because she was also hanging up and I was also not going to take her down. But this is the Epiphyllum red tip. She is just a absolute stunner. I love this plant. I recently put her in this spot and she has just been such an eye catcher. I have been paying so much more attention to her. She has so much new growth. I mean, look at that like long one at the back there. It just does not stop. I was going to repot her, but her root system wasn't amazing and she seems to be quite happy. So I was just going to leave her, but she's getting so big. I put her in this spot because of the spikes. It's not super spiky, but just for my kids, I, want for my peace of mind, wanted to put her in a safe spot. And she is right here on the corner of the south-facing window. And she is loving life. She really is. She looks so good up there. I just love the combination of the rope and the terracotta pots. And she is just such a vibrant green. Yeah, she's just so beautiful. I cannot believe I forgot about her. I just got so excited. I even had a list in front of me and I was reading off the list and I just completely looked over her. It's honestly just mom brain. It really is. And just like overexcitement of all of the beautiful plants. It's just, who else gets that? Gets like, I'm going to have to start calling it plant brain because it is. It's because there's so many plants and they are just all so incredibly stunning. But yes, I had to include her. I could not include her. I had my list of 12 plants and I wanted to stick to it. But she is just, I just cannot stop looking at that like back long bit. It is so thick and juicy. I mean, just look at that. I just noticed there's a spider in the corner. Hello. You can stay there. It's small enough. Yeah, that piece is going insane. It is so big and so thick. And just the sun hitting her right now. She looks so good. So yes, had to include her. The Epiphyllum red tip. So I have been talking non-stop. My mouth is getting dry. And in every single video you hear Lexi having, she's not an aggressive dog, okay? She's not. I don't know if you would have picked that up, but I need to cut my fringe. It's irritating me. But yes, whenever someone like passes by with a dog, she gets very protective. But she has a German Shepherd, so I suppose that's normal. But yes, my mouth is getting dry. I need to drink some water. Whenever I do these types of videos, I just cannot stop talking about them. And it's just, yeah, I mean, it's a favorites video. I suppose it's, and I've had a lot of comments from people say that they like hearing me rambling on about my plants. Thank you. That really does mean a lot to me. And thank you so much for over 1,000 subscribers. I actually, this morning, got a message that I've been approved for the YouTube partner program, which I'm so excited for. So yeah, I need to look into that and I will be like putting adverts onto my videos. I'm not going to go overboard because I don't, I actually have YouTube Premium, so I don't have to watch any of the adverts or anything, but I can 100% appreciate that if you don't have YouTube Premium and you have to watch the adverts, that it can sometimes be irritating when a video has a lot of adverts in it, so don't worry. But from now on, when you watch my videos, you are helping me out. So thank you so much. I am so incredibly grateful. I've been loving this YouTube journey. I really have. And I am excited for the next step and to actually start like earning money from this. There's a lot of steps that I have to take here in Belgium to be able to do that. So that might still be a while. But anyway, I'm excited for that next step. It just has made the work for the last, how long has it been? 8 months that I've been on YouTube. It's made it all worthwhile and it's so rewarding. And honestly, the fact that all you guys have to do is subscribe to my channel and watch my videos, that is how you can support me. You don't have to like pay anything. That's the only thing you have to do, and it helps me. Like, my goal for this is not only to share my love for houseplants and do something that I really love, being creative. but it's also, my goal is to be able to do this full time so that I can be home with my kids. I have two very, very young kids, and the job that me and Mitch do at the moment means that we can never pick them up from school. We have to rely on a lot of other people to basically raise them, which I really don't like. I want to be at home with them, and I want to be as involved in their lives as possible. And YouTube can give me that opportunity. So if you can support me, if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. If you can watch my videos, it really, really helps me out. And thank you so much if you've been here from the beginning. Thank you so, so much. I think I've come such a long way. It's only been 8 months. Like 8 months does not sound like a long time, but I've just been doing this for what feels like a long time, and it's been so enjoyable that I'm like, why did I not do this sooner? And I thought about doing YouTube for a good 2 years before I actually sat down and filmed my first video. So that's a long time to think about it. So if you are thinking about doing YouTube, do it. Just do it. I am the type of I'm going off on a tangent here, but for the people who are watching this and have been thinking about doing YouTube or anything like that, yes, you are putting yourself out there, but just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Because the moment you think about it too much, you will come up with excuses to not do it. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm so grateful that I'm doing it now. So yes, don't hesitate. Just do it. Act confident and no one will question you. I am definitely not a confident person at all. I am very, very self-conscious. But just going into it and thinking, you know what, just do it. Just be yourself. You know, there's going to be haters. There's going to be mean comments. Yes, that's all part of it. But there's just a button that you have to switch and you will thank yourself down the line. You really, really will. Okay. I just went off on a tangent, but I'm very, very passionate about this. I've been loving this journey so far. And it has been amazing for my mental health. It really, really has. But I hope that you enjoyed my September favorites. Let me know what your September favorites are, how your plants are doing. I'm also actually going to do a video of plants that I've been struggling with lately. I think it's been like 2-3 months since my first one that I did. And a lot has changed. A lot of plants that in that video are absolutely thriving now. So, you know, things always change. A lot can happen in a month with plants, a lot. And I thought it was going to be difficult to not choose plants that I choose from my last favorites video, but that was definitely not the case this time. It's been an amazing month of growth. And I could have honestly made a much longer list, but I'm not going to do that. I thought, you know what, 12 plants is a good number, and they're the ones that have been sticking out the most for me. So yes, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, like I said, subscribe to my channel. It's just a click of a button. It's free, and it really, really supports me. Yeah, leave a nice comment down below. I love chatting with you guys. I do. I just love this community on YouTube. And I'm always very, very excited when I get comments and always get back to the comments as well. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.